Why, hello there. Welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding the Commonwealth. And as you can probably see in just a moment, we're at the castle again. And as you can also see, I've made some improvements. So all of this has been concreted. This is all a giant bunch of foundation. It's just been mix and match together to create shapes and like a patio. This is all going to be pedestrianised. It's all going to look really nice afterwards. It cuts off here. There was none of this pathway connecting the stairs, so I figured it would look a lot better if I made something nice out of it. So that's all been done. These turrets are due to move. Those are just temporary to keep the defence rating up. Haven't put a gatehouse yet. That's a project for soon, I should say. Now, we have done some changes up here. I've placed some more clutter on the counters to give it a bit more of a lived-in feeling. I've barricaded this edge with a wooden border and a stove, like a sort of kitchen area for the cook for the restaurant. I've re-outfitted our bartenders here.
Nothing new to report. Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts.
I even put a lit cigarette here. A couple of little bits of equipment and, you know, little knickknacks on here. The door to the radio house has moved over very slightly. The reason for that is because I changed these walls to look more like the castle walls. The only walls that I had, which were just flat surfaces like this, had windows in them, so I've tried to mask it as much as I can on this side. Bit of a pain, I know, but it meant that this corner had to be turned into a doorway. I think it has a much nicer aesthetic like that. This armour shop has had the counter removed.
Back to Diamond City one of these days. Biggest town I ever saw.
Yeah, good for you. I've taken away these counters and I'm turning this into a bit of an emporium. So we have trench coats, things that are on sale. I've also put up a couple of mannequins. I've put on a few of the things I've collected over my travels. I've also managed to put a Webley in this one's hand. I did that using the OC dispenser. I think it adds a nice touch. A Minuteman garrison attire with an MP412. Not quite how I would have liked the figure to hold it, but close enough. The armour workbench, because it's an armour stand. This all needs to be kitted out with some more to give it a more lived-in feel. This little lamppost gives it a kind of real-life aesthetic. This side still needs some work. I'm going to put a lot of clutter all over this place, so that's all for new. Some stairs down leading outside and a little pathway leading to the terrace. This side I haven't really done anything on yet. There's a path leading into this part of the castle. That took a little bit of finagling to get these in the right place, but I think that looks really good. And this path to connect the outside. All in all, I'm quite proud of the results so far, but we've got a lot to do. So we're going to create some green spaces here. So let's get some of these bronze banners in here.
Broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth.
That looks awfully silver when it's shiny.
How we like it. Stay safe out there, people.
Now the issue with this is it seems to put it a little bit higher than I would like. So I just need to lower them. So let's put a post. Now because these are all very finicky, I need to make sure it snaps to the right place, which is there. Perfect. Put down one of these. Want that to snap to this piece, like so. Bring it down by a couple.
11 a.m. here at Radio Freedom, the voice of the Minutemen.
Very, very
Keep it tuned here for updates.
gently move them like that to keep the texture crisp. Finish that off. God, I'm so loving this castle. This is easily the best build I've ever done. In the history of playing Fallout 4, this is the proudest I've been about a build. 1, 2, 3. That's not quite going to match up. Okay, we'll have to improvise here. Okay, so
Radio Freedom, voice
not
of
that
the
one.
Minutemen. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people.
This post can come down a little bit. Like so. Yeah, I like that. It's not completely identical. It's got a little bit of asymmetry to it, which is what I want. This side is also going to have the same treatment.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth.
Oh, whoops.
Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone.
One problem with these railings, they are quite finicky. I think we can quite nicely create a half here. Like that. Excellent. We lower this down by 3. And then one more. Just like that. Now I think I can manipulate the nav mesh a little bit here, which is what I want to do. Let's create another half.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, the voice of the Minutemen. It's 12 noon. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates.
Sorry, just going to adjust some of the heights here, like so. Now, because we have a post there, let's simply put the railing in. I'm surprised that isn't snapping to the other railing, I'll be totally honest. But nevertheless, we can sort it out. Not an issue. There we go. I don't think it's going to matter if there's a very small gap there. Excellent. Okay, that gap isn't big enough for anyone to walk through. Well, me, but I don't think the AI will be able to finagle through that, so that's what we're looking for. So we've got a nice little walking area here, which is lovely. Now this bit here annoys me, but it's necessary because if I put some stone across here, for some reason the AI can't detect this and they get stuck, so they just sort of stand here idly for ages and they can't figure out how to live or something. I don't know. So I can't really do much about this. I mean, I could even this up at some stage, but not right now. I'm sure I can sort that out at some other point. But this is going to be a nice little greenery. Now we're going to mess with the resources here. As you can see, my water is 120. That is because I just simply expanded this. Minuteman Squad 4 loaded. That loaded when I first opened the game. Never mind. Yeah, I've expanded that, so we have 3 water pumps. I will make that look a bit nicer later. I keep saying that, but this is a slow project, people. So we have the castle's first greenery over there. We are going to deposit these. Now I need a quick save because doing this is quite buggy. Let's see if we can move you away from there for a second.
It's in pretty good shape, considering.
So it still thinks there's mute fruit plants here. Oh, okay. Excellent, that's resolved itself. I think it's where it's deallocating the plants, which is fine. Okay, I think I removed the plant that was under here. Yes, I did. Great. So we don't have to worry about that anymore.
It's 1 p.m. This is Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone. Good afternoon. You're tuned to Radio Freedom, broadcasting across the Commonwealth.
That's fine.
Nothing to report at the
Okay,
moment.
what was I doing?
Stay tuned for updates.
Yep, so this side also needs clearing up. We have 42 beds, so we can finally get rid of this bloody mattress. I'd forgotten about this. And that. Hey! Cool. Damn, I forgot how many plants we had out here. I mean, at some stage, we're not going to be producing any food, I don't think, at this place. Apologise for the noise. One of my neighbours appears to be driving his very loud vehicle outside. I thought he had a FAMAS. I was like, I haven't created any FAMASs yet. God, this thing has been such an eyesore. I'm so glad to get rid of this.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates.
Excellent. Remove the garden plots. Ah, that's better. Okay, so this lean-to. I think we can scrap this lean-to. I have a much more compact one we can use anyway. I think under structures, or is it? G2M. I think it's warehouse. Yes, we have a lean-to. Yes, we can put a much more compact one over this, and it will serve much the same function, really.
It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon here at Radio Freedom. Nothing new to report. Keep it tuned here
Maybe a
for
bit
Minutemen alerts.
too long there. There we go. Much more compact. Does mean that this person no longer has shelter, but actually let's not remove that because someone is still using it. Let's place you in here just for now. Excellent. Now that's freed up a lot of our settlers who now aren't having to do food. Now under G2M, let's go back to our foundations. I have an issue with this. Yeah, so let's make the castle door open the other way.
Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates.
That shouldn't cause any problems with pathfinding, which is fine. That can go. Let's move my old OC dispenser. Fantastic. Please let me know what you think of this build as I'm doing it. Granted, you'll likely not see this episode until after the whole build is completed, because I kind of work like that. I'm a bit of a binge worker when it comes to video games. I get obsessed with a game for a while, record an absolute shed load of it, and then ditch it. Okay. Any way I can snap this? No, no way to snap. Oh, that was a snap. Okay, have it your way. Let's... like that. Bit too low, that's perfect. Now, I think the best way to do this... Why couldn't you have done that earlier, my friend? I really needed that to happen earlier when I was doing the pathway out of the castle. The reason I love these foundations is because they're nav meshed. I found out that's the big problem with the apartment block that I have in Sanctuary.
This is Radio Freedom. All's quiet across
Excellent.
the Commonwealth. Stay safe out there.
So that removes all those little gaps in the concrete, which is what we like. Now for this I'm going to bring it much further over to square off this side, just by a little bit. Cool. Now the issue I have here
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all
is
day,
that I
all
can't
across
move
the
these.
Commonwealth.
They're stuck.
Only quiet, which is how we like it. Stay safe out there, people.
But even if this looks a bit daft, I'm not going to give up the entire thing for it. So let's bring that up. Cool. Take that up, just to elevate it. That's the big issue there. Unless yeah, I mean that's about under the shelter, so let me go back to construction. Where are you? The warehouse lean-to. I think that almost looks a bit more symmetrical as well in terms of the lights, so I'm going to use that.
4 o'clock. You're tuned to Minuteman Radio. All
And
quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts.
I'm sure I can do something a bit nicer with that as well. So, do I want to connect this? Yeah, I don't think everyone's going to want to go through the terrace. So, I'll tell you what, let's create a path around the outside. So, back to G2M. Yeah, I think these stone foundations are about the right length. Can I get them in the longer one though? Yes, we can. How good is that? Let me just move this out of the way. Okay, that kind of looks a bit retarded, but I'll modify that at some stage.
Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen.
Cool.
Nothing to report. Stay safe, people.
Great, because then that creates another green space that I want. And I think we can also put another path over here. So can I lower this to blend a little more? Yeah, just like that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I want to put in these stone foundations underneath here though, just so there's no weird looking gaps underneath the stairs. That's fine. And I think there's 2 more needed, one for here. Oh, looks like someone fell off there. And one underneath here. Why do I get the feeling that looks a little bit off kilter here? That's because it is. What did I do that for again?
This is Radio Freedom. It's 5 p.m. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone.
Yeah, that looks fine. I don't know what I did that for. But well, that's better now. That's been patched up. The problem is, I don't know what to do with this corner because it looks disgusting and there's nothing I can do to remove this pile of crap. I mean, the only thing I can edit is the wall, and I built this myself. I can't change any of this because if I do the delete command or disable, it just removes a huge hole in the world, including half the wall. So I can't do anything about it. But that's a problem for another
This is
day.
Radio Freedom.
So,
All
construction,
quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts.
snap and build, real estate, rails. We get the bronze ones from here. Oh, that snapped beautifully. So put in a nice post. And 2. 1, 2. Put in a post. I'm a little bit concerned about access to here now. Unless...
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people.
much better. Okay. So... change that back to 5 and... just put that back a few steps. Perfect. Put another rail here. I'll move out the way. Okay, no, I did need 5 paces there. It's done all of its epoxy changes again. That's better. So I think we're going to need a half here. Oh, I hate it when it does all these.
This is Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. It's 6 o'clock. Nothing new to report. Keep it
There we go,
clear.
5.
Minutemen alerts.
Oh,
It's getting dark out there, people. Stay safe.
I really want to finish the castle tonight, I really do.
Keep it tuned here for updates.
At least what's here at the moment. The new stuff will have to come at a later stage. Yeah, I reckon that's fine. Cool, so... put that back and up. I mean, that is down a little step. Oh god, that looks absolutely disgusting. Ah yes, and of course one of them is clipping into the other. Good thing I didn't hit that button, otherwise that would have gone absolutely flying. We have a rad storm, how nice. This will need to be, ideally, a half. Well, that'll do. Excellent. So we have the railing round here, which is going to be another green space. Now that I'm thinking about it, I reckon we could fill this in. Just this little bit here. but I reckon that'll look nice.
7 p.m. here at Radio Freedom. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates.
We have a lovely rad storm blowing in. How good is that? Okay, so that will cover that. Now this needs to be, in this case, elevated. Yeah, I think 5 units is 3 units. No, would need a few units up, but we'll sort that out. We will be covering some of this, so I think just to account for this, oh, no, no, almost had it. That's the one. Yeah, that's fine. That's brilliant. Okay, so let's put this back a few notches. Let's pull this back as well.
All quiet here. Stay tuned
Actually, we
for
can't
Minutemen alerts.
really afford to do it with that. Okay, we'll have to do it a little bit. So let's... Oh my god, how big is that? That's what we want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. That's what I love about that step that you can do. The movement steps. Beautiful. Now that leaves a bit of an edge, which I don't really like too much. Is there anything we can do to straighten that up a little bit? Yes, we can. That's very nice. That was one of the shortest radstorms I think I've ever seen. I'm telling you that now.
You're listening to Radio Freedom, the voice of the Minutemen. All's quiet across the Commonwealth. Stay safe
Lovely.
out there.
Why is that slightly askew? Much better. Okay, back to structures, snap and build, real estates.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates.
Brilliant. So let's drag those back just a tad. Can I get away with a corner? Almost. Almost. I'm really surprised how easily this is slotting together. I really am. I'm loving it, but I'm surprised. That should be enough. Okay, so I won't need an end post there.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone.
This will need a post because it's lower elevation. Excellent. And finally, let's put the railings here. Okay, so they're not quite matching up with the ground. That's fair enough. That is now. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's get these going.
It's 9 p.m. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates.
Can I get away with this? Yes, I think I can. If I do that, I can literally get a half going. Beautiful. Oh my god, how well is this going? Shit, okay, looks like I can't match it that way, but I'll match it another way, which is fine. So let's bring it back 50 units to there. Oops. I don't think we need the Brahmin trough anymore. Yeah, the issue I have with that is it's now wonky. So if I do reduce this by 5. Okay, now we know what's up with it. 6, 7, 8, 9. So with this railing here, if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that'll match up exactly where it needs to be. So now if we wind this back, almost exactly matches. So we can wind that back just a couple of bits like so. To be honest, that's proven to be the hardest part of this build so far. I think that's how you know you've got a good idea.
This is Radio Freedom. All quiet here.
Way too high up though.
Minutemen news. This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. All quiet, which is how we like it. Stay safe out there, people.
Excellent. Now let's barricade off this edge here. Oh wow, that's just incredible, that. Brilliant. And I think we can tag on one of these. Beautiful. Okay. Tack one of those in. Bring that back just a couple of units, and can we fit an inner corner here? Oh,
You're
whoops.
tuned to Radio Freedom. All quiet, which is how we like it. Stay safe out
A
there.
little bit too out of touch there. Couple more. That's better. We're getting there. We're really getting there. Now, there's not really much I can do for that, so we're going to leave that as is. I need to bring that down by 10 units. Stick in a fence post. My only concern with doing all this is NPCs will teleport about. Fortunately though, they can just go back to here, or I suppose if they get caught over here, they can walk through this gap, so I guess it's a little bit of idiot proofing. But AIs can be worse than idiots at times. If you've done settlement building for more than 5 minutes, you know that. I think we can get away with an inner corner here. Yes, we can. Quite nicely. Almost exact fitting too. Come on, just snap to that railing where you belong. There you go. Perfect. Come on. Don't be stupid, just snap in there. That's it. Those are all the railings we need. Oh, minus over here. This needs a railing put in too.
PM out there. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people.
And considering that's right beside the armory, can we get away with this? Yes, we bloody well can. Oh. One of the guards has clocked off duty. Oh, that looks great. Brilliant. Now we have to work on some lighting. Now, we've got plenty of lighting over here, but this all is starting to look quite dingy now. So let's get some proper lights up. Now, under the regular lights, what do we have? What do these cage lights give? A decent bit of light.
Broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates.
I think what would look really good is a little plinth of some kind. What do their really, really small foundations look like? You see, they're just a square. I want something a little bit more interesting than that. Homemaker, I think, has a good decoration for it. I think it's under miscellaneous. Nope. These HVAC units, no. Bloody hell, where did I see it? Fixtures.
It's midnight here at Radio Freedom.
Nope, not on the
Nothing to report.
fixtures.
Keep it tuned here for updates.
God, where did I see it? That's really going to annoy me now. Like, seriously annoy me. It wasn't under surfaces, was it? Yes. And we have these Tatarium looking dishes. I suppose the question is, what do they look like with a lamppost in them? Okay, so Homemaker's Power. Those are the big square posted ones. That requires a direct connection. That's a square base. Let's just try these still.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom. All's quiet across the Commonwealth.
Nope.
Stay safe out there.
Didn't mean to make that too big.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. All quiet, which is how we like it.
I think my
Stay
guys
safe
are getting stuck now. Possibly haven't resolved the pathfinding yet. I think if you build loads of stuff that blocks pathways, they kind of just zone out for a short while. Yeah, let's
What a different
sleep.
world it'd be if folks just listened to wisdom.
Until the morning. Boom, hello. Question is, has the pathfinding resolved now? Oh yeah, you're assigned to the castle's typing. Okay, so he can seem to find his way around.
Hard to look at it like this, in such disrepair.
Are you fucking blind, Nick? Oh yes, one feature I forgot to mention is the brand new awning I've set up. Looks good. I like it. So the first thing you see when you come into the castle now is that. Vast improvement.
Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates.
Still see some of these guys getting a bit stuck. I'm hoping that will resolve itself. Cool. Well, I'm not going back on it now. So let's put another street light in.
This is Radio Freedom.
Strange, because that says it requires a direct connection, but it doesn't.
Which is how we do it. Stay safe out there, people.
Yeah, that looks a lot straighter. Okay, so we've got some extra street lighting over here. Yeah, these guys are starting to find their way now. Just needs a bit of time, I suppose, before they get used to it all. Hey, Captain Bryce.
Listen up, soldier. Anything to report?
Where's my report?
Listen up, soldier. Anything to report?
There we go. Okay, so squads are doing quite well. Bear with. Ah, what a sneeze. Okay. Took a while to load that. Don't tell me you can't find that. If I take away this, can you find it?
Huh? Yes?
If you can find your way up with no concrete... Okay, the base was getting in the way. I think these are blocking the routes. So let's take them out. That's a pain. Certainly is a proper royal pain. That might be why I don't see them using this set of stairs. Awesome. Let's get some greenery going. So what kind of landscaping have we got? Which one has greenery? I think one of these has some good greenery in it. It's under concrete. Grounded, that's the one. Decor. Well, big lag there. So we got rocks, boulders, mounds. Okay. These would be good for some kinds of farming patches.
Broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people.
It's just sidewalks and curbs. They don't even snap. Caves. Glowing sea. Okay, screw that. I think the grounded is just, yeah, these are all just floor panels. I need some proper landscaping, which I think comes under snappy builds. Landscaping, that's what we want. Wow, huge lag spike. Must have been loading something. Grass mounds, but where's the flowers and all that crap?
Radio Freedom, the voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates.
Ponds. Can't really put ponds in here. Okay, what about Homemaker? Homemaker has some outdoor decorations. Yeah, it's got some foliage, this will do. Well, I say it will do, it's not like I'm just not thinking about it. So we're going to put in some nice little shrubbery. I think to kind of not hide this area, but give it a divide. I think a privet hedge would be good. If we can just scale one down to the correct height. Yep, and scale this one down too. You know, I don't even mind if the pathfinding gets a little bit messed up. I think what I'm doing here is so nice. That needed to be scaled ever so slightly. So does that one. 50%. Yep, I think that's beautiful. Absolutely spectacular. Looks a bit weird from this side, but we can cover this up relatively well. Some rose bushes. Sort of match the plants here on the left in the little concrete planter. Put something small in between. Looks a bit buggy. We'll sort it though. Now the tall shrubs I was using to line this path, so let's do that. That will also block NPCs from going around, which is quite good. Spread these out just a tad more.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, the voice of the
That's going to look a tad ugly.
Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates.
But hey, it's all right. So, some shrubs for this side, shall we? Yeah, I think some greenery to go round to this side for this green space. It's going to be really good. I want to blend these in well enough so that they don't look like just blocks placed next to each other.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts.
Yep, that looks like it's pressed against the fence, which looks quite good. That can be moved just a tad further away though. That's better. Look at all this delicate stuff. I knew this fertilizer would come in handy one day. I dare say I've got far too much of it.
It's 1 p.m.
That
This
is not a
Radio
line
Freedom.
I would advise
Voice
using
of the Minutemen.
on a flight,
All quiet.
I might add.
It's how we like it. Stay safe out there, people.
Yeah, I'm sure if you made a comment about all this fertilizer while you were on a long haul flight, I don't think it would end too well for you. Just say. Oh, so now you want to leave, do you? I thought with the nav mesh on these fences being non-existent, they wouldn't try to move through them. But it looks like I'm wrong in some ways. This guy seems to know his way around though. Oh, I know why she's not doing anything. She's stationed up there. That's all coming down, so that I'm not even too worried about. Not at all.
Good afternoon. You're tuned to Radio Freedom, broadcasting across the Commonwealth. Nothing new to report. Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts.
That needs to be just a tad further
Radio
away.
Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Keep it.
Yep, the shrubbery looks very good. Blimey, you guys really need to learn to stop jumping off that. There are easier ways to get down to the ground. And beautiful. That
It's 2
needs
o'clock
to
in
be
the
just a
afternoon here
bit
at
further
Radio
down.
Freedom. All quiet, which is how we like it. Stay safe out there, people.
So guys, the pursuit of perfection. That looks absolutely gorgeous. Do you have a job? Oh, you're a squad. You don't have the same AI. No, just given the slope, I'm not going to use a shrub there. I'm going to use these. To line the path like I did before. Oh yeah, that's controlling so much. I can't let go of it. Phew. Need to disconnect that before I try to move it. I need to move these, they look really ugly. So ugly. That'll probably go on top of the wall after I'm done here though. Yeah, stay where you are, son, you're defending. Okay, these shrubs are way too big, I think. That hedge is dead. Ferns are pretty good, I think. So let's stick a fern back here. Actually, yeah, stick a couple here. Oops. That's better. Now the reason being, I'm going to put a couple of living trees in here.
This is Radio Freedom.
Damn, those trees
Nothing
are
to report.
huge.
Keep it tuned here for updates.
Yeah, let's... oh my god. Okay, let's put a different wireless tower down. So, connectors and switches. Do we have a very large? Yes, we do. That was a bit surreal there. Fucking hell, does that cause a lot of lag? I had no idea that was going to be so bad. Oops. Oh, that is just disgusting what it does to your frame rate. Okay, so reconnect that. Oh my god. I suppose moving this is supposed to update so many things. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm just going to have to tolerate it until I can put it down somewhere. That is awful. Okay, let's get a set of stairs just to get up on top of the structure here and place this properly. Yes, the top looks exceptionally glitchy because this texture is one way. But this will be covered up later once I get round to it. So don't you worry about that. That's much better. We don't have a really ugly pylon in the middle of the castle grounds now. Back to Homemaker. So landscaping. Let's see if we can put down any more slightly smaller living trees. Yep.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth.
These will be
All quiet,
moved.
which is how we like it. Stay safe out there, people.
Tempted to remove these brick walls because they look awful.
Yes? Hey.
Yes. Yeah, I think this looks good without, you know, crazily overdoing it. I still think this looks a bit too concretey over here. Does Snappy Builds have something in landscaping. Oh, it does have some green grass. Whoops. I'm not too sure about this. Tell you what, even if it's got a bit of this coming through, that still looks far less concretey than before, so I can live with that. Let's just put a few of these ferns.
This is Radio
Can
Freedom,
I
broadcasting all
wedge
day,
that in
all
here
across the Commonwealth.
somewhere?
Nothing new to report. Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts.
I reckon I can, that'll be fine. God, I'm so loving this. Let's put a couple of rocks in front of this. Now I know those are the same ones, so I want to vary it up ever so slightly. Like that, a bit of a stony garden. Maybe as though we've used some of the castles. Whoa, those are huge. Maybe we've used a bit of the castle's old debris as like garden features almost. Actually, we don't need that. What am I doing? Yeah, I don't think that's too overwhelming.
Yes?
Yeah? Hello, sir.
These guys need to get out of my castle. Tell you what, go on a mission, you lot. All of you, off you go on a mission. Take a hike.
This is Radio Freedom.
Huh?
It's 5 p.m. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts.
Let's see what it looks like by nightfall. That's the best place to put streetlights in, when it's nighttime. Oh yes.
More people can see this. Remind them what it's all about.
Oh, you're all stuck in the grass. That sucks. That genuinely sucks. And you're all jumping off as well. I don't know what to tell you. Let's take you on to, let's say midnight. Yeah, you all seem to like the grassy area, don't you? Alright,
Midnight.
tell you what,
Radio Freedom.
I'll
Nothing to
compromise.
report. Keep it tuned here for updates.
Let's create some gaps. Oh, can't believe I have to compromise. So I think it's under snap and build, isn't it? Yeah, snap and build. I suppose having a gap is good. It means people can go in and maintain the grass.
Let's trade some things.
Howdy.
Screw it, that'll do.
My back hurts, my feet hurt, everything hurts.
All you do is stand at a microphone, you daft bastard. Never mind.
What a different world it'd be if folks just listened to the wisdom of the past.
Okay, so this needs to be greenified, and so does this.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom.
So what can we do here?
All quiet, which is how we like it. Stay safe out there, people. We could put some evergreens in. These trees are way too big. At least for now. At least not for the grounds of the castle. If I put these, put those big ones in the grounds, they're going to get in the way of all the builds up top when I get around to those. I mean, that's about the limit of height that I could get away with for trees. Yeah, I think some of these big holly shrubs will look good. The voice of the Minutemen. It's 1 a.m. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates.
Pre-war grass. Let's position the rose bushes by the near the fences. But they snap, don't they? That's irritating. Yes, I can turn off the surface snapping, so let's plant some nice red roses. Let's try some white roses here. Some beautifully coloured plants. I'm not too fussed about the placement of these because they're rough. They're not shaped like the hedgerow was. So as long as I place them fairly roughly here.
Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing new to report. Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts.
Place a couple ferns here in the middle. Place some underneath so that I can mix the two into one. Like that. To get a nice big fern there. And the rest of this is grass, so I'm okay leaving that as is. Looks really nice, considering I've just gone over that in literally a couple minutes. Now this, I think, could just use a nice shrub or a hedgerow to go around this. Considering it's the one area of the castle which doesn't have a makeshift planter.
2 a.m. here at Radio Freedom. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone.
A shrub on this side. Yeah, I think shrubs on this side would be a good way to round this off. Then again, I reckon this privet hedge, I actually know how to pronounce that word. Privet? Privet? Be a good way to cover up this eyesore, which is the rubble pile. That does look a tad ripped though, I mean, damn. But I think that looks good, it covers the eyesore. Yeah, let's do the same over this side. Just put a big fat privet hedge over here too. Fantastic. Yes, now you can't really see this rubble. You come down here. You've got your lights in this corner. Even over here, nothing. It looks beautiful. Okay, now, I don't think Homemaker's lights are very good, but we'll give it a try. Lanterns.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. All quiet, which is how we like it. Stay safe out there, people.
Now these are all indoor lamps. Mind you, these look like they wouldn't be out of place outdoors. Okay, so what kind of street lights have we got here? That still lights it up even when it's under the ground. I reckon that's going to be some really nice invisible lighting. Okay, phew. At the very least, I might be able to camouflage these in here.
Here at Radio Freedom, hope you're listening from a safe place. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates.
Yeah, I think I can camouflage some lighting under here. So yeah, you can't see them, but they keep the place nicely lit up. Like so. This place has enough lighting, but can I get away with putting one on this corner? Arguably not.
This is Radio Freedom.
Can't do that there.
Broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing new to report. Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts.
This place has some good lighting, but I still think it could get away with having a bit more. So let's stick that here. The front patio here could use some lights. That's too big for the front. Way too big. I reckon these street posts are ideal. Surface snap them. This path down here is very dark, so let's put one on the corner here. Fantastic. This looks really, really brightly lit, which is what we like. The entrance to the castle needs to be lit up. So let's put a couple of these subway style lights in here. Put these high up. Yes, it looks really inviting when you enter. That's what we want. There.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen.
Excellent.
Nothing to report. Stay safe, people.
Now we just need a way to light up the rest of this place. An exit sign can go above this door. Almost as a bit of irony. That gives no light whatsoever. Let's kick that one in the head. Let's go back to regular power. What do the fluorescent ones do? Virtually nothing. That's handy. About spotlights. I love these spotlights. It gives these a good little glow. So let's install some spotlights here. Looks good.
It's 5 a.m. This is Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. All quiet, which is how we like it. Stay safe out there.
I have one of these outside the armory. Does it look any good? That's a good light for the armor smith bench, so we'll go with that. Because there's clothes here, this issue with these lamps, they look really good, but they're absolutely awful at what they're supposed to do. That'll do. That's household lamps. Now this is going to be a kind of Imperium for lamps, so well, not just lamps, but general household crap. So
You're tuned
A
to
few of those
Radio
aren't going to go amiss.
Nothing new to report. Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts. You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates.
Right, how does this look when you enter the castle? That's the question. So let's say you've travelled a really long way and you really, really want somewhere to stay. So you come to the castle, you're tired, you're hungry, you want somewhere to eat, somewhere to live, and the first thing you're greeted with is this. Now this is what you call somewhere to live. Or should I say, I mean, the time of the day is pretty awful, so let's adjust that.
This is Radio Freedom. Nothing to
Come at
report.
9 o'clock.
Stay safe, people.
Yes, you got the bars running. You got settlers eating. You got good defense. You got the radio playing. Oops. You got places you can shop. Stuff out on display for you. There's a heavily defended armory. You can go buy weapons to defend yourself. There's two ways out. You got Minutemen everywhere. I mean, the interior is a bit of a different story. I mean, as you can see here with the war room, we've got Garvey. We've got all the high-level
You lead and I'll follow.
Minutemen in here. Hartfield. I'm still not sure whether to change her outfit. I quite like what she has because it's unique. So you've got the elite Minutemen.
Hey.
You've got the Minutemen scribes over here.
Yes?
The radio operator.
Stay tuned for updates.
Hello, sir.
It's well defended. I mean, all the bedrooms are going to look similar to this. They're going to look cozy. They're going to look, although they're stone floored, they're going to look really intimate, cozy. That bed is way too big. When did I put that in there? I don't know. A long time ago. This are all personal. You've got rifles sitting around. I mean, this is what being a Minuteman is going to be all about. Having this nice luxury feeling to being here.
Yes?
I love it. I genuinely do.
It's in pretty good shape, considering.
I think this is one of the best builds I think I've ever done in this game.
Gotta clean the Mirelurk scat off my boots.
But guys, this episode has run on long enough. I'm nearly an hour and a half in. I only intended to spend about 45 minutes doing this, but we are a long way in, and that is not centered. Nice one. Ah. Much better. As you can tell, I have a slight OCD about that.
This is Radio Freedom.
Right.
Broadcasting all day, all
As I was
across
saying,
the Commonwealth.
hour and a half.
Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates.
I've kept you long enough. So I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go and get some more ideas for this place because I love it. I genuinely do. This is the best castle I've ever made, and I intend to keep it that way. So until the next episode, guys, I will see you later. Have a good one, and peace out. Goodbye.